What's up, y'all? Real John King here again, aka Rubber City Slim. Hey, if y'all like this video, please give me a thumbs up, please like, and please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to get my numbers up. Last one I did uh, real good as far as subscribers go. So, welcome to another episode or another, uh, I don't know, I guess you can call it an episode of a random road story. Hey, this story here took place in Savannah, Georgia. This was sometimes in the 90s. I'm not even sure when. I don't know. Early to mid 90s, I would guess. What happened was I got booked there at the Comedy House, and I was booked as a headliner. Now, I can't think of the guy name that was running the club at the time. It wasn't the club owner. Aubrey Pippin was the club owner. This guy and his wife was booking the club and running everything at the time. Now, the day that I got there to do the show, I guess it was a Tuesday maybe, or Wednesday. I think they did either Tuesdays or Wednesdays through Sunday. And I had drove all day from Alabama. Well, not all day. I had drove most of the day from Alabama, from Birmingham to Savannah. And I checked into my hotel room. And before I can even get unpacked, man, I got a call from the guy that was running the club. And he said, yeah, John, I got a call from some comedians, and they informed me that you wasn't a headliner. And they said that not only were you not a headliner, but you wasn't even a good feature act or middle act, whatever, however you want to call it. We call some acts features or middle. It's just the guy that's in the middle. And I'm thinking, well, man, I just got into town. I haven't even got unpacked. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And the first thing I got to deal with is the club owner saying that he heard that I'm not a headliner. And he also told me, he said, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you can't follow the feature act, I'm not gonna have no problem switching y'all. So if you show me that you can't handle the spot, I'm gonna have to move you down to the feature and move the feature act up. Well, the feature act that week was, I think his name was Greg Hosfeld or something like that. He did like impersonations and stuff. Well, so from the time that I got there into time to do the show, the only thing was on my mind was what this guy at the club had told me. And when you're a comic, man, and you're doing a show, you want your mind to be clear. You just want to think about your material and what you're gonna do. You don't want all a bunch of unnecessary stuff in the back of your mind. Mess with your concentration. And this guy kind of had me second guessing myself for a minute. It's my first time uh, working a club, and I don't know him. I don't know the audience. I don't know the club. And all day, that's all I'm thinking about. So when I get to the club and I kind of look around, it's a nice room. It's what we call an A room. The club's packed with people. The sound system is great. So I'm thinking, I've been closing rooms for a while now. I don't have no reason why I should be, worried about whether I could do a good job or not. I mean, I've worked B rooms and nightclubs and one nighters. That was a hell of a lot harder than working in A room. So I said, man, just go do what you do. Don't even worry about it. So I did my show that night, had a good show. Did my show the next night, which was either a Wednesday or Thursday. I think the room actually went Wednesday through Sunday. It was a good show. I'm doing what is expected, for a guy that's closing the room. They had a thing back then called headliner or closer. Now, what they said was a headliner is a guy that, he's a name act and he fills the room based on his name. And a closer is a guy that just, a lot of people don't know who he is, but, he could go up and he could close out the room. He could do enough time and be funny throughout his whole time that, the show flows properly. And I guess I consider myself a closer because I definitely didn't fill the room based on my name because I hadn't done a lot of TV at the time. People didn't know who I was. So okay, now my confidence is back up. So when the weekend comes, which is 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, then there was 1 show on a Sunday. But when the weekend comes up, man, my confidence is up. I had 2 nights to figure out the room. So I take it up another notch, man. So I smoked the room that Friday. I mean, yeah, that first show. Smoked it that second show Friday. So now my confidence is really, really through the roof now. So when Saturday come around, I figure I would pull out every stop. I mean, I would do everything that I had to make sure that Saturday night, which is usually the big night in comedy. So I went up there and I destroyed both shows on Saturday. Of course, when Sunday rolled around, man, I got no problem with doing what I do. So I'm really relaxed. Had a great show Sunday, probably the best show of the week. So I'm back in the manager's office getting paid, and so he decided that he would apologize for what had happened earlier that week. He said, "Man, I was really impressed with what you did all week." He said, "Not only are you a headliner or closer, but you are a good headliner and a closer." And he said that I will uh, put in a good word for you, and you can use me as a reference if you have any problem in any other rooms. If they have a problem with whether you are, an adequate act or good enough act to close their rooms. And as a matter of fact, that following week, I was booked to close at the Comedy House in Memphis. So he said that he would call ahead and assure the club in Memphis that I was a really good act. He put in a good word for me, and which I thank him for that. So I got paid, man, and I got a good reference, and I impressed the guy that booked the club. But like I said, I kind of seconded out of myself in the early part of the week because it was the first time I had worked that room. But in the end, man, I did what I do, and I don't know why comics called ahead and said what they said, but that's the nature of the business. So everything worked out real well in my favor, and that's all I got to say about that story. Oh, y'all like my new look, by the way? Yeah, I cut the beard off. This is what I'm going with now. So y'all take care. See y'all later on the next random road story.